So just give me like 1 minute. I'll be back at least 1 minute. So yeah, welcome back, guys. So it's nice seeing you guys again tonight. Though it's nice having you guys again tonight. Yesterday was somehow rough because of the network, but we pray that the Lord help us more. The Lord that God help us during the course of this class. So I just pray that tonight God help us tonight as we go. Yeah. So tonight can somebody just remind me what we are doing tonight so that I know that we are on the same page. If you know what we are doing tonight, can you just type on the chat box what we are doing tonight? If you know what we are really doing tonight. So I want to know if you are following, if you are with us. Okay. So if you know what we are doing tonight, because I remember I shared the schedule to the group. So let me know if you know what we are doing tonight. Yeah, good evening. Good evening. Yeah. Okay. Introduction to layout design. Yeah. So that's what we are doing tonight. And so I want to start on this note. So I want us to, yesterday we did the introduction to Photoshop, which is the tool we'll be using for this project. And I believe I shared a video on the group for as many. I shared my video, the one we did yesterday, and a reference video that we can check up to have a more comprehensive knowledge about Photoshop, like about the introduction to Photoshop as a beginner. So, and I believe if peradventure there is a point I made in my video that you don't understand, watching the other video you will get to understand it better because that video simplify majorly everything we discussed yesterday. So I want to know if you are with me tonight. So it's my habit to engage my people, my fellow designers. It's my habit to engage them. So if you are with me tonight, I want you to type 111 on the chat box so that I know there are people listening to me tonight. So let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah. So I'm still yes. So great. Nice. Um okay, I want to ask, can we use Adobe Photoshop on our phones? Yes. The question is yes, and the question is no. And I will try and explain. Yeah. Though I will entertain this question now, but after this, there should be no question. So we can attend to another question after the class. So the answer is yes and no. Yes, it says that there are Photoshop as a mobile version, like Photoshop as a mobile version. But unfortunately, um, the mobile version of Photoshop is you have to pay to access it. Yeah, there might be a way around it, but I don't know the way around it. But you have to pay because I know there are Photoshop for iPad, Photoshop for. Can somebody mute his mic, please? Photoshop for iPad, Photoshop for Android, and those things that works well. But then it does not look like we are able to get the one we are using now in a way too because if you want to get those ones, that means you have to have a paid subscription for Adobe softwares. Do you get? So no and yes, you might be able to do Photoshop on your phone, and you might not be able to do it, depending on if you have the subscription. So yes, tonight we'll be diving into tonight's class. So tonight's class we'll be doing layout design. So basically, let me say flyer design. Flyer design. And I want to make a disclaimer that I have not practiced. I have not done anything that we're doing tonight. I have not. Okay, let me say. Okay, I have not. Okay, I've done it before, so I've practiced it. I've practiced it before. No, I'm teaching you this thing raw, like the way I design normally. Like I'm teaching you this thing raw. So tonight, when I got home this night, because I got home quite late, so to prepare for the class. So I went online and I got two briefs. Two briefs. So we all will be working together tonight. Like we are all engaged tonight. So engaging us tonight will make us flow with the class. So I'll be posting the two briefs inside the chat box now. So and I want us to vote. Yeah, I want us to vote the one you want us to do. Yeah. So I'm posting the two briefs. So I've not these are briefs I got this night. I just got this brief this night from one online platform. So they are fake briefs, not like somebody gave me to work on. They are fake. So before I move, I want to explain what a brief is. What a brief is. So what is a brief? A brief is just like a statement or a document containing what you need to create as a designer, containing the informations that you need to create a visual, visual for. You know, all these things we are creating, they are visual materials. So a brief is a document that contains instructions, ideas needed to create a visual material. So basically, that's what a brief is. So if somebody can just help me type what I've just said in the chat box, I will really appreciate that. So a brief is just a material or a statement because sometimes it is not a document. The client will just call you or please, everyone, I want you to help me do this, that. Okay. They did not send you a document. Do you get? So they just send you. It's just like it can be a statement, it can be a document, but that document contains the material, the information needed to create a visual um, it contains information needed to create a visual material. I believe that is basic enough. So that's what a brief is. And in a brief, if you remember yesterday, we are supposed to talk about mood boards. So yesterday we are supposed to talk about mood board. Thank you so much for that for helping me type out that. Thank you. So yesterday we are supposed to talk about mood boards. So what are mood boards? Yeah, mood boards are something you derive inspiration from, like previous designs, previous works that you derive inspiration from. So, and we'll be doing that tonight. So, we'll be looking for mood boards. We'll be looking for mood boards that will help us to design our material, our visual material tonight. So, so you understand what mood board is, and you understand how to create your mood boards, because mood boards actually help you derive inspiration. That doesn't mean you are asked to create a design and maybe you do not have an idea about that type of design. What do? You go online, search, make your research, and do what? And create several mood boards that can guide you to make your designs. So mood boards. I'll give you an example of. Let's assume you are asked to create a flyer for a bank. A flyer for a bank. They've sent you the brief, this and that, this and that. Create a flyer for us. And maybe peradventure you that at that point in time you don't have an idea of what you want to do. Like you don't have that concept in your head of what you want to do. Do you get? What do? You go online, you research. That's one of the process of making designs. First thing after you receive your brief, first thing you do is what? You research. Research on that type of design. Research. After you might have done, you finish doing your research. You now have an idea. You've built a concept in your mind of what you want to do, right? So that's that. The next one is what you plan. You After you make your research, then you plan your design. Oh, sorry, I've missed a step. The first one is research. The second one is get your elements, all the elements you will need. Because once you are done with your research, then you now have an idea of the type of element you want to use. You now have an idea of the type of picture you want to use. You now have an idea of the type of images, the type of text you want to use. So the next thing is what you plan. after you've you might have done your research, you've gotten your elements. The next thing is what you plan your design. So when I was starting up as a designer, this is what I do, and I would advise every one of us to do it. Yes, it might look very crude. It might look so um it might look, how can I put it? It might look like you are going back to secondary school. No, it's just to help you plan better. So this is what I do when I was starting up. So I have a book. So I will draw the design design orientation I want to work on. If it is square, if it's rectangle, so I will draw it on a paper. So I will now start trying to, okay, where will I put my picture? So I will put a mark. This is where I'll put my picture. Where will I put my text? So I'll put my text here. I will do all this. So I will now plan it on a paper first. I will draw it on paper like a sketch, a schematic diagram. So I will now put it on a paper. Okay, this is what I, for, though sometimes finally it might not look the way I put it, but then it will guide me. It's a guide to what I want to design. Do you get? So the design is not just about opening the software, putting colors together, putting A and B. No, that's not it. You have to research, get your elements, and plan. Like plan everything you want to do. Plan it out. Plan it. So you have to plan it so that you can get what. Because if you don't plan, you will spend more time designing if you fail to plan. Do you get? If you skip the planning stage, you will spend more time on your software because you won't have a concise idea of what you want to create. Do you get? So that's that on tonight, and I believe you are with me. So if you are still with me tonight, I want you to press 2 2 2 2 so that I can know you guys are with me. So let's go. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you for that. Thank you for helping me list out all these things I'm saying. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Miss Johnson. Thank you so much. So, so we move to the next thing. So I sent two briefs. If you can see that brief, I sent two brief earlier. So I want us all to view the brief. And if you chose the first one, type brief one. If you chose the second one, type brief two. So I want us to vote so that you don't say everyone has went ahead. He has done the design before, so it's just showing us something that we don't know. So because I want us to be involved, I want us to do it together. No, I told you yesterday that I'll be showing you how I work purely. I'll show you how I work, like the raw way I work. If I'm sleeping while I work, I'll show you how I sleep. But that's just a joke. So I want to show you how I work, like my work process. So I want you to just like you guys are now, you are now my clients telling me what to do. Do you get telling me what to do? Yeah. So unfortunately for you guys, I've not worked on I've not worked on anything on the brief two before because I'm seeing many people shooting the brief two. I've not worked on any coffee house fire before. Like I've never. But then we are going to do it because this is a class, and I believe we are going to work on it. Yeah. So don't worry. And I will show you that you can make mistakes. I can make mistakes, but I will show you the way, the the practical way to make your designs. And we are going to finish design tonight. So I think we have how many people online? We have 12 people online. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 12 people online and only 7 people typed. Type now. Let us see. So that you don't say that let us know your own mind. Let us know what you want us to do. You are part of this class. Kindly check your network. It's not from here. So you are part of this class. Kindly let us know what you want us to do. So if you want us to do the first brief, say brief one. If you want brief two, say brief two. So we can know we can know what we are doing, right? So brief one. So yeah. So I think the brief two has it. Because many people choose the brief two, it is so I think the brief two has it. So don't it seems like the brief one are coming up for one two yeah. So but okay. Let's stop that. So I think one, two, three. We have just three brief ones and we have one, two, three, four, five, six brief two. So the brief two has it. So tonight we'll be jumping right at it. So I'll be sharing I'll be sharing I'll be sharing my screen right here now. So and I tell you the first thing you do is what? The first thing you do is what? Research. So that's the first thing we'll be doing in a couple of minutes. And I just believe we'd finish this tonight. So I'll be sharing my screen. Share screen, yeah. So if you can see my screen now, let me know, please. If you can see my screen, just type yes, 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 yes. If you can see my screen, just type yes. You can see my screen. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah. So that means we can get started. Oh, that means we can get started. So yeah. So the first thing is so I have sites that I go um to do my research. So the first one of my favorite sites is what? Pinterest. Hmm? What do I call it? I said Pinterest. So um I will type that into the chat box so that you can see that pinterest.com. As you can see, pinterest.com. So as you can see, I have some collections here. Maybe one media. They are like my mood boards, things I've saved earlier. So like design ideas I've saved earlier. So if I click on it now, you will see various design ideas I've saved, like inspirations. These are some of the things I've saved. Some of them I did not use them. I just saved them for later, like in case there is a day I need them. So these are like things I've saved before. Hmm? Things I've saved before. Yeah. So now let's go to these things now you see here now, they are my mood boards because for example now if I want to do any design now that I need inspiration from, I can easily come to this board. As you can see here, ideas for your board. Do you get? So I can easily come here and click on any of them that relate with what I am doing. So um I can easily do that. So just some minutes, please. Yeah. So I got distracted a little bit. So sorry. Yeah. So let's continue. So now let's go back home. So Pinterest, we'll be looking at several websites, not just Pinterest. So let us just put coffee. No, we all choose the second brief, right? So the brief two. So and the brief two is talking about. Let me read it out. Said, I am Joe John Alton. I recently started a business called John Alton Coffee House. For a while now, I have been looking for a good designer for my business. I would like a simple flyer for an event. Can you help us out? Like, okay, he's saying that a simple flyer. So actually, this brief is not straightforward because it's just like an AI generated brief. Do you get? But then I will come up with something now that we can just use to at least work with that brief. So now let's name that event coffee event, right? Coffee event. Let's say the date is 3rd of June 2020 three. Venue, let's say O2 Arena, London, United, I believe you use Nigeria, United Kingdom. And since we know that it's a coffee event, so this is one of the things I want you to know about. No, we know that. Now let me just write that here. Now coffee events, 3rd June 2023. Venue. Oh, okay. Let's not put coffee event. Let's just try to create a flyer that is promoting coffee. Like, okay, get your coffee or something. Not event. Get your coffee. Like, we are trying to advertise John's business. Do you get John's business? So venue. Which venues? Go to Bala Blue Street of Emilokan Estate, Nigeria. So let's say this is the name, the venue of no, I'm not in Photoshop at the moment. Oh. We not even enter Photoshop at all. We are still doing our research. We are still trying to put together our details, our brief. So we have a brief, but the brief is not detailed enough. So I'm trying to come up with details that can help us with our briefs. So I'll send in the details now. So now we want to create a design that will help John promote his coffee business. Do you get his coffee business? So John is a business person. He has a coffee shop. So and he's trying to promote his coffee business. So we are trying to create a flyer for John. So we don't need this date again since it is promoting. So but we need his office address. So office John's this is John's cave house. His cave house is O2 Bala Blue. O2 Bala Blue Street off Iminoko Street, Nigeria. Somebody is saying that he will not patronize me. Oh, patronize me. So cave house. So what next do we need? So John has social media handle. So let's say should John's, what is the name? Johnston, what is the guy's name? John Outing Coffee for all his social media. Yeah. You will start saying something now. I'm not yet. I'm just trying to type and send to you guys. So and okay, John has a mantra or a motto, which is no. We all know what coffee does. Stay awake with our coffee. So I'm trying to minimize our brief so that we don't get to work with so many things. Stay awake with what our coffee. So this is our brief, and this is our brief. Let's say go. Yeah, I've sent it to the group. So if you can see the brief I just sent, just give me our usual stuff, maybe any number, emoji or something. So let's just kickstart that and let us know what we're doing. So we are creating flyer for John's business, which is John is a guy that is running. Is a guy that is running a coffee business. So he is commissioning us to create for him a flyer to promote his business online. So so that's that. So I think I'm loving the vibe tonight, sincerely. So now let's get started. So we are going to Pinterest now to search for ideas about coffee flyers, coffee posters, and all those things. So now let's go to Pinterest. If you can see me right in Pinterest, let me know. Kindly say yes. Yes. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. So let's just okay. Because we need an idea for coffee business. We need an idea for a coffee brand. We can just say, okay, coffee flyer design. So let's see what we get. Let's see the ideas that we get. So you can see now that we have a lot of ideas popping up in our eyes about coffee. Like we have a lot of idea about coffee. You can see a lot of ideas. But what do you need? What as a designer, you don't need to copy all these ideas, like copy them blindly. You can copy them, but you don't copy them blindly. You copy them creatively. Because as an artist, there is a way artists steal people's work. But if an artist is going to steal your work, going to steal it creatively. Yeah, I remember a time I made a design, and in the next thing I was seeing some days after, somebody has copied my old work the same way I put it. Just edited the pictures, take the pictures away and put another picture, and I was like, wow. So people still do this thing. Do you get? I was like, I don't. I just let the person know, okay, if you know this person, tell this person that what he has done is not right. At least next time, try to creatively come up with something with what you've seen. So now we can see a lot of things, and these are the things that will be guiding us. In my own head now, I am having a lot of ideas. Just seeing all these pictures. So, but then because I'm working with you guys, I'm working with my fellow designers. So I'll be telling you what things I'm coming up with, which are the things that will be working, which are the things that will be guiding us in the elements we are going to shoot. So the first thing first is one, since John is a coffee, he has a shop running a coffee. So the first thing we need to get is we need to get a cup of coffee. A cup of coffee will be our major a cup that has coffee in it, or a cup that shows something like coffee. So you have a cup of coffee as an image. We need an image of coffee. So I need of an image or a background or a background of coffee is made from what? It's made from cocoa. I mean cocoa or cocoa. I don't know how to say that in English, or a an image or a background of what? Cocoa. So you can see this Pinterest now has given me an idea of things I need for John's flyer. Do you get? Imagine if I don't do my research, and I just say, yes, maybe John is doing coffee. Okay, if John is doing coffee. That means what? I just let me just drink one cup and put anything. No, you will get the idea wrong because you've not taken your time to do your research. So the first thing you do is what? Do your research. Come to a place like this, which is Pinterest. Come to a place like this because Pinterest has a lot of people has worked, and their work are here, so you can easily see their works. And if peradventure you are on some platforms that has designers, you can easily go there once in a while, often, and see, just do eye shopping, just do window shopping, designs window shopping. Just look at designs because the more the more good designs you see, the more inspired you are to create good designs. Kindly note that the more good designs you see, the more inspired you are to create good designs. If I can see somebody that can help me type that out, so that would be like our quote for tonight. So the more good designs that you see, the more inspired you are to create what? To create good designs. So yeah, okay, I thought why I saying something. So we can use the one that has a cup of coffee with cocoa with the price of the cocoa. No, we can't use it. What we are doing here is just like we are trying to build up an idea. Like we are not trying to uh we are not trying to download or use anything from here. We're just trying to create, okay, how do we want our own to look? So, and I said we'll be needing a cup of coffee, we'll be needing an image and background of the coffee, and the next one is what do we need again? And so unfortunately, John did not give us his logo. That means we'll be using just one logo from, let's say we'll be using Netscape logo. Nescafe logo, as at least to have a logo that okay, there is somebody that has this business. So let's use Nescafe logo. And the next thing, so we have the cup of coffee, we have our cocoa background. And so what's the next thing that we need to get? Yeah. So let's leave that for now. So and the next thing after we might have done our research now. So our research has helped us come up with the elements that we need for our design. So what do we do next? If you are with me, the other time. So after research, what did I tell you we'll be doing? After research, just 1 minute. After research, what do we do next? After research, if you can just type after research, what do we do? After research, what do we do? This class is a free class. She gets a free class. So we have about 200 people in the class. Now people are not turning up. We are just having that many people. So it's not nice. But a few people that are here we get. So the next thing was no, people are getting it wrong. The next thing we do is what? We plan. We plan. After research, we do what? We plan. After research. Oh, sorry. You guys got it. I'm sorry, I missed it. After research, we get our elements. So sorry. After research, we get our elements. What the next thing we do now is what? We try to get our elements. So one of these, I gave us some websites yesterday. So and I will be using some of those websites to get my elements. Which is the first thing I'm getting is what? My images. And my images, the image I'm getting is what? The image of a cup of coffee. So I'll be going to freepick.com. Freepick.com. You can see design is not just about going inside the software and start designing. No, you have to do a lot of things first, like plan so that everything will come out well. So design is not for lazy people per se. So if you are lazy, you can't be designable. So the next thing is okay. Let me just search here. Coffee. Let's say cup of coffee. Yeah. So we are waiting for it to load, and so we can get. Whoa. What's up? Can you still hear me, please? If you can still hear me, can you just type? If you can see hear me, since the internet is doing bala blue. So it is freepick.com. Yeah. So I'm trying to get to the website, but seems we're having issue with it. Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. So just give me some minute. I don't know why this thing is not loading well. Let me try another browser to see if it is this browser. I think it's that browser. So I think it's that browser. So I might have to share another screen. So let me just share another screen. So I have to share another screen. Yeah. Oh, it has come up. Thank God. So it has come up. Yeah. So let's just let's just put cup of coffee. Cup of coffee. So you have a lot of images showing us coffee. You can see, as you can see, a lot of images of coffee. But the unfortunate thing is that because these images are there, that does not make them suitable for your design. Because you have all these images, that does not make them suitable for your design. Because because an element is available, that does not make it usable. Just note that because an element is available does not make it what usable. So you have to look at the appropriate element, and you can only know the appropriate element because you are still going to okay, which one will accommodate what you want to design. You understand that you are not just putting the image alone, you are going to add text, you are going to add a lot of other elements that will make it unify as a design. So you are going to browse through all these images. Okay, and I will once I get the right one that we can use, I will let you know. So I think this one right here, um, this one, but it's not giving us that full that coffee vibe. Yeah, I would have preferred something like this, but it's not giving us that coffee vibe because you can see now, you can see that because I love the composition of this image, but it's not giving me what I want. So that will make me that will not make me use it. So it's nice, but it does not fit into what I want to promote. So I'm trying to promote a coffee, and anything can look like this. So a beer can spill up, a tea can spill up, but I'm trying to promote a coffee. So I'm going to look for a picture, an image that deceived what I'm trying to promote. Because you want to, as I said in our first class this week, I said your work is to represent an idea. Your work is to represent an idea rightly so that your client or your own business might be seen the right way. Because some of us might not be working with clients. Maybe you want to make designs for your own personal business. So you don't want to misrepresent your brand. You want to represent your brand in the right way. And for many people that will be working with other people, you will not want to misrepresent your client brand. So I'm trying to look for images that can work well. So as you can see, all this crown icon on these images, it means that those images are premium. So we want to look for free images alone. So we click here to search for free images alone. So let us click free. So it can give us free images alone. So wow, nice, nice, nice. I'm seeing nice images right now so that we can that I think we can use this image right up here is a nice image and I'm going for that. I'm going for that. So it's a nice image and I'm going for that. It shows coffee. It shows that the coffee is hot. That means John's business. Anytime you are trying to approach John's business, you are expected to get there and meet a coffee that is ready to what? That is ready to be okay. Somebody is asking a question. What are those things you see in that one you picked, or what are we going to consider in choosing stuff like that? So that's what I'm trying to explain, and I've been trying to explain that. I said for you to choose an image, you have to consider some things. One, is it representing what I want to promote? You get, and this one rightly represents it. It has the coffee bean, it has the color, the background color shows it clearly that this is coffee. So you have to look at okay, is this thing spacious? Oh, thank you for that. Is this thing is this thing spacious to accommodate other elements? Like is there space? If you remember in our first class, I said one of the principles in design is what white space. Like space is very important in design. Do you get? You have to look, can it accommodate other elements and does it represent what I'm trying to promote? I hope you get that. IOB. If you get that, let me see yes. Let me see yes. If you get what I'm saying, let me see yes and the sharp box. So now I'm downloading this image right away. Download. Download. So it's a so don't worry about that. I will sort that myself here. Okay. So I'm trying to get the image to extract the image. So um, just give me some so you have gotten the image. You have gotten the image. So I'll be so and the next thing we need to get is what? The logo. We need to get logo, but unfortunately, we've not gotten to the logo aspect of this course. So we are going to use a what do we call it now? Just a logo that is not that just any logo. So and I think the logo that represent that is what Netscape. Let me look for Netscape. Just type on Google Netscape logo. So anytime you are looking for a logo, just say Netscape logo PNG. PNG is a file format that does that allow you to get images without background behind them. But sometimes you don't have them like that, so they're always transparent. Sometimes you have white background behind them. That means you have to go through the stress of removing the background. So those are the things we'll be doing tonight. So let me use this. I love this. This is bold and yeah. So though it has a white background, but I will teach us how to remove that. So those are one of the things we'll be doing tonight. We are not just designing tonight. We are designing and we are learning to use some important tools while designing in Photoshop. Do you get? So we are learning to design, and we are learning to design with Photoshop, and we are learning to use all those tools that we saw yesterday. So don't be confused. Before this week runs out, Photoshop will look like something small in your eye, so you can easily work with Photoshop. So now I've gotten I've gotten my logo. So I'm trying to put everything in one folder. So I want to be organized so that I don't start looking for something elsewhere. I'm trying to put my stuff in one folder. So yeah, just some minutes, please. Practice one. So let me practice one. So I'm just some moments, please. Uh, I believe we are learning tonight. So the aim is to impart is to so that we can to simplify design in the best way possible. So yeah, thank you so much for that feedback. Yeah. So it's very important. Feedback is very important. So I know that I'm not just here talking to myself, and I will know that if you get what I'm saying. So yeah, I've gotten all my elements inside one folder. So now I will be opening my Photoshop right away. So I'll be opening my Photoshop right away, so you can see that. So I'll open my Photoshop. So I will share the screen once the Photoshop is opened. So I will share the screen so that we can get started right away. So once my Photoshop is opened, then I will share the screen. Then we start right away. So because now you can see how um important it is. Now our work is halfway done. Trust me, because we've gotten our element, we have an idea of what we want to do. We've seen things that are similar to what we want to create. So you have this visual guide. You have this visual guide in your mind that will help you create what you want to create. So I'll be sharing my screen now. So if you can see my Photoshop screen now, just say yes, 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 I can see yes, or anything that will spice us up. If you can see my Photoshop screen, just say yeah. Oh yeah, great, 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 great. Wow. Yeah, so let's get started. So the first thing I want to do is what I want to create a new document. Oh, you can't. Oh, so that will be from your end. So I'll try to what create a new document. And I told us yesterday, this is what's your question, AKTY? What's your question? If you let me what's your question? Kindly tag your question. Okay, are all the images on FreePic compatible with Photoshop? Any images on you can use any images you get from FreePic on Photoshop. Yeah, are there images not compatible with Photoshop? Have you encountered any issue that your image is not compatible with Photoshop? Let me know. Just let me know. But throughout my career, all images I download um from FreePic works with Photoshop. So I don't have any reservations concerning that. So let's go. Let's get. So now the first thing I'm creating is what? Create a new what? A new document. Create what? Create new. So yes, yesterday I told us about this place, and I'll be going over that again. So the first thing I want to name this John Coffee. Like give it a name. Name your document first so that you can easily uh different in the case where you are working with different you are working on several projects. So and the next thing was because it's going to be posted on social media, so let's use Pixel, and it's going to be social, let's say Instagram, for example. Let's use 1080 by 1080. And I would love to have my resolution at 300 because John can call me back later and say, everyone, please, I want you to help me to print that thing you designed for social media. So and I would not want to be going back here and there. So I want, so if it is, let's assume I John told me, okay, I'm doing, I don't want to, he's telling me that it is only social media, or John does not want to print at all, or he doesn't have um any any plan of printing. I can just use 72. Yeah. But then because it is customer can, and anybody can change their opinion at any point in time. So just use 300 to be on the safer side. So I would love to use transparent. I explained all this yesterday. Transparent. And the next thing I do what create. And it's what it opens. It opens. So yeah. Okay. So kindly give me 1 minute. I really need to do something right now. Kindly give me a minute, please. So 1 minute, please. I'll be back now. 1 minute. Okay, yeah, I'm back. So if you can hear me now, so let me know. If you can hear me now, let me know. So I think, yeah, all these questions I will answer them after the class. So let us just focus on the class now. So I will answer them after the class. So let us focus on the class. So now I've created my, as you can see, I've created my canvas. So this is my canvas. I've created my canvas. So the next thing is what to bring in all the elements I'll be using for my design. So, and I told us yesterday that we have two ways of doing that. So either go to the file, open folder, yeah. I save it in a folder. Yeah, so practice one. So these are it. So I select the two and I open. So it automatically opens. If you can see, it opens this, and you can click on this. It opens what? It opens this. Can you see that? It opens this, and it opens this. So what do we need to do now? What we need to do now is what? Bring in, and so let me show us the second way to bring in our elements. So the second way to bring in our elements is, yeah, I'll be sharing the element with you after the class. So the second way of doing is highlight all your elements like this and drag it inside Photoshop like this and drop it, drag and drop. The first one is using the open command, and the second one is using the drag and drop method. So you can use either ways to bring in your element inside the Photoshop. So our canvas, this is our canvas. This is where we want to make all the work done. Do you get? But all these elements are open separately. So we want to bring all those elements to our canvas. So what do we need to do? We have to find a way of bringing these elements to that canvas. So the first thing you want to do is what? We want to unlock this background. You can see a lock button here. You want to unlock it. So what do you need to do? Like double click on, I believe we know what we mean by double click. Double click, then you can see that the lock is what has disappeared, because if you fail to unlock that background, you might not be able to get this image to that canvas. So same thing to the next one. Unlock the background. Okay. So what we do, there are two ways you can get this image to your canvas. The first way is drag, and take it to where you want to put it. Drag and drop. As you can see, it fills all my page because the image is quite bigger than our canvas, but that's not an issue. So to bring it down, yeah. So, but something I want to tell you something. In the case you experience something like this, I would advise that first you convert this image to smart objects. What is smart object? Smart object helps you to retain your image resolution even after you might have um, compressed it down to a smaller image. So it helps you retain. You can always get your original image back even when you've reduced the image. So first, what do we need to do? Just right click here, right click on that layer. As I explained yesterday, I said that this area is a layer panel. So you can see that automatically Photoshop create a new layer for the picture itself. So what do you need to do? Right click and you look for that option, convert to what? To smart object. Click on it, convert to smart object. As you can see, so my Photoshop is processing that. So once it is done, get started. So why is this taking so long? Okay, so yeah, so this once the image is converted, you can see an icon here. What that icon means is that once you click on that icon, you will get back to your original image. So let us close that. So now we need to bring down our image. We need to transform our image. So the shortcut for that is what? Control T. Kindly note it, Control T. So at this point in time, I will want you to stop typing on the chat box, because I will be sending the shortcut Control T for transform. Control T for transform. So what do I need to do? I need to transform this. I press Control T. As you can see, I'm unable to see the whole image. So what do I need to do? I need to bring down my canvas, zoom out my canvas so that I can see the whole thing. So what is the shortcut for zooming? Shortcut for zooming your canvas is, let me put it here. Shortcut for zooming your canvas. Canvas zooming. I believe we know what canvas is by now. Control plus control plus or control minus. So control plus is to zoom in, control plus is to reduce the zoom. So now I'll be using control minus to what? To reduce the zoom. And you can see now it is responding. If I press control plus, it is what? It is increasing. So control minus now. So I've pressed control T. Now you can see after pressing the control T, you can see this square. That is the image, but because the image is bigger than our canvas, so it has to spread out of the canvas. So how do we now scale it down? You can scale it down by all these points you see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They are called anchor points. Anchor point. In earlier version of Photoshop, you have to press Shift and click on any of the points to bring it down. But in this newer version of Photoshop, what you need to do is just click on any of the anchor points and drag it down. Drag it down until it is so small and drag it down. Drag it down. You see, drag it so down like this. So yeah, I'll be telling us some things right now. You can see, drag it down like this. So I'm putting it to this side because I'm still going to put elements. You can see all this side now. You can see all this you can see all this side. All this side now, you are still going to fill it. I will tell you what we use to fill it. You get all this side now. You are still going to fill it. But I will tell you and I will show you how to fill it. Who is that? Yes, I will have to remove this person. This person is disturbing us. Yeah. So the next thing is what you can see, because this image is not the only thing we are going to have on this design. So I'm putting this image here because it will help me accommodate all other details. Do you get? So I'm putting this. So I will teach you a trick on how to get this place filled. Yeah, I will teach you a trick on how to. You can do it either in two ways, but let me do it the first way, the simple way. That is very simple. That you don't need to. So the next thing is what? Create a shape. Create a shape like a rectangle shape. Now you can see, create a shape. Click on it and left click and drag to create your shape. So you can see that our shape is overlapping our image. So what do we need to do? You can do it in two ways. You either choose to drag it down below that image. You see, I drag it down, or you drag it below, drag it down the image. Or there is a shortcut for that. Control, I'll put that there. Control this to move layer up, and control this to move layer down. So you can see that's the shortcut. Control plus close parenthesis to move it up. Control plus open parenthesis to move it down. So it's not bracket too. So kindly take note. So now that we've bring down our shape, we will now look at, okay, which color matches with that matches within the background. You can see that brown, that black brownish color. You can see it up there. So you now have to change that shape color to that color within the edge of the image. So how do you do that? You now double click inside this box, inside this layer, the shape layer. Double click inside so that you can change the color. So there's something we call the eyedropper tool. The eyedropper tool helps you to copy a color from a particular image. So you want to copy the color at this edge. You can see this edge. You want to copy that because that's the color that is common to all the edges. So you want to copy. So I copy the color. As you can see now, you can see that we are now having a rhyme, something that looks very rhyme with our image, so that we can have a uniform design. You see, I said in our first, I said if you are making a design, your goal is to have a uniform work, something that is uniform. So you can see this now, this work well for me. So I press what OK. So what you now do now is what come to that layer. You can see the layer, the coffee layer. All these layer, you can name them because as time goes on, you begin to work with several layers, many layers. And how do you differentiate them? So you can name it, and for you to name a layer, double click on that layer, on that name. You can see layer 2, double click on that layer 2, double click and change the name to okay, anything you want it to be. But I will be putting coffee image. This makes your work organized. This makes you an organized designer. So what we need to do now? So I will be teaching you how to, you'll be learning how to mask now. We call something masking. And if you are talking about masking, masking has to do with revealing and exposing. Revealing and exposing. If you mask your face now, you expose a little part of it and you um and close a part of it. So it's about revealing, exposing, and closing a part of. So now will be to make our shape background rhyme with our image. We need to mask this image, like brush those areas so that it can look uniform. Like if they come together. So there is a there is an icon here down here. It is called what? The layer mask. What do I call the layer mask? So click on the layer mask, click on it, and the next thing you do is what? Go, and once you click, you will notice something now. Once you click on layer mask, you will notice something within this color picker. Notice something. I want you to note something now. Once I click the layer mask, it automatically changes to what? Black and white. Black and white because if you choose the brush tool now and you work with the black, it will hide any part you choose to brush. If you choose the white, it will expose that part the more. Do you get? But now because we want to hide all these edges in our images, because the edges is not making it look nice. So we want to hide all the edges. So what do we use? We use the black. You can use, and this one, the color on top is the foreground color. The color behind is what is the background color. But what we are dealing with is what is the foreground color. So if you want to expose, just interswitch and make it white. If you want to hide, interswitch and make it what? Black. That's so simple. So the next thing we do here is what? Go to the what? The brush tool. And this is the brush tool right here. As you can see, this is a brush tool right here, and the shortcut is what? B. If I press B now, automatically it takes me to what? To the brush tool. So now, as you can see now, you are learning a lot of things at the point of designing. Because yesterday, yeah, we explain okay, how I copy the image color. I think I might not be able to go over that again, but maybe you have to get the video, and because time is behind us and we have to finish this tonight. So um so now I will go to the brush tool. So as I'm saying earlier, I said as you design along the line, you begin to learn how to use some tools. As you can see, we did not mention some things yesterday now, but now we are using all those things. So if you want to zoom in your canvas, I said the shortcut is what? Control plus. As you can see, I'm doing that right here, Control plus. That's mean you want to have a better detail, a better view of what you are doing. Just press Control plus. If you want to zoom out again, Control minus, as you can see. So we've taken our brush now, and this brush works. You can see some figures up here. Anytime you pick a tool, it automatically bring its functions up here below the menu bar. Anytime you use it, you pick any tool, automatically bring the function below the menu bar. Oh, so sorry. That might be your network. you have the chance to watch it again. So let us just continue. So anytime you pick a tool, the function shows below the menu. So we are picking the brush tool now. So it has the function shows below the menu bar. I think by now you should know what the menu bar is. You see the mode, the opacity, the flow, and what does each of these things do? Opacity is actually if I choose opacity now, let me demonstrate what opacity means. Let's say this image now, you can see in our layer, each layer has their own opacity and their fill, as you can see each layer. So let me demonstrate what opacity does. You can see opacity here now. If I click on this drop down and I choose to reduce the opacity, you can see what it's doing. So how will I explain this? It helps to reduce the light in of images of, but I think you can. I don't know how to explain better, but as you can see how I'm demonstrating it, you can see what it does. So that is what opacity does, as you can see. So the same thing works with the brush too. So at any time you are working on a layer, yeah, fading the image. Thank you so much. Fading the image. Thank you. So anytime you are working on a layer mask, make sure that white this white layer mask is the one you select, not the image, not the image. Select this white because Photoshop is a non-destructible software, meaning that you can always work on an element and get your original element back. So, but if you work on this, that means you are painting over the image itself. But the idea is to what is to mask it, not to paint over the image. So what do we do? Now we go to our brush to make sure that because we are trying to hide all the edges, we have to be on black. So let's go to, we've chosen black. So we choose our brush type. My brush type is at default, but let me just do it over again. Soft round brush is recommended. Soft round brush is recommended. So as you begin to experiment on your own free time, you can experiment with every other brushes. But for the purpose of this class, we'll be using soft round brush. So once you choose the soft round brush, you see the settings here, the size. You see, the brush was bigger before. If I increase the size now, you see it's bigger now. So you can increase the size, and the shortcut is the same as the shortcut is the same as and I'm coming. The shortcut is you want to increase it, it is parenthesis. To increase your brush size, I will type that now. To increase your brush size, it is what this. To decrease, kindly note all these things. So to decrease your brush size, it is what it is this. I'm sorry, it is this. Kindly note all these shortcuts. Kindly note all these shortcuts because they will help you so much. Instead of going to the size and be using it all the time, because you might be working and you don't want to go to that size. So the next thing is opacity. Your opacity should be at 100. Leave it at 100. Your flow, because I will demonstrate what the flows means now. So if let's assume the flow is at 100 now. If I do 100, you can see it is so harsh. It is harsh. I don't want something that harsh on that image. So I will try to reduce it to something around 11 is good. So what will I do now? I will paint around the edges until I have something that looks like the shape and the image are the same. Do you get? So how do I do it? How do I paint? I click on left click and I begin to paint. Left click and I begin to drag my mouse over the image. As you can see, we are beginning to get like it's together. So I left click and I what? And I drag. I left click and I what? And that's one way to get this done. One way to get this done. And you can change this color. Let's assume this color is not giving you what you want. It's not giving you what you want. You can change the color to something better. You can change the color of the your shape to something better, something like this. Maybe it's not giving you that vibe. It's not giving you. It's not. Maybe you made a mistake here. You can always change your color. You get something like this. You can only change your color. So, just make sure that your edges and come here again. You can see when I came here, I could not get my brush again. But once I click on this place, it is called an adjustment. So the layer adjustment. So just try to blend. So we are trying to blend the image with what with the background. So that's one way to get it done. Do you get? That's one way to get it. So this is not quite neat. It is not neat. I don't like something like this. So I would prefer a better image, or I will do the second step. So I will duplicate this now so that we can demonstrate the second way you can fill all those empty spaces we saw the other time. So I'm going to delete the layer mask. So as you can see now, I'm back to where we started. So I want to fill all this space now, and I want to tell you the best way you can do it. So what do? There is something here, we call it the marquee tool. It is immediately below the move tool. You can see it is immediately below the move tool, as you can see. So just click on it. Then you can see now we want to fill this place. You can just do it once time. You do it one after the other. Just drag it over those spaces that you want to fill. You can see it now. Just drag it like this. So you can only do this in earlier version of Photoshop, like I think 2019 upwards. So if you are not having the earlier version of Photoshop, that means you have to do the first step I demonstrated. Okay, so now I'll just right click. Oh, I cannot do it now because my image is converted to smart object. So I want to do something else now. I have to remove this smart object so that I can demonstrate that thing. So right click and rasterize. You can rasterize. Let us rasterize layer so that we can do what we want to do. So now you right click inside this marquee tool. You can see that I make this marquee tool directly on this layer, on this coffee layer, because that's the image you want to use. So this I'm trying to tell Photoshop to help me fill these empty spaces. So there's an AI in Photoshop that automatically can help you fill all these empty spaces. So we are trying to leverage on that AI to help us fill on this, because we did not get a perfect image. So we are trying to leverage that AI to help us fill on these empty spaces. So what we do, we make the marquee tool. So I'll be doing that again. Come here, the marquee tool. This is the marquee tool, and the shortcut for the marquee tool is what? Is M. So just do this, and right click. So you see an option here which is what? Fill. So so fill. Once it brings in the fill, you see several options, but the one we are using is what? Content aware. So that's the AI that does the job. Content aware. Just click on it, then what? Okay. So it automatically help you fill it to something that looks quite nice. As you can see, it fills it with something that at least goes in line with our background. As you can see. So we do the same thing with the top side too. You make the marquee tool again, then you right click, then you want fill, then you choose your content aware, then you press what? Okay. Because sometimes you will not always get the perfect image you need for your design. As you can see, you will not always get perfect image for your designs. You will not always get the perfect images. So these are kind of things that you will encounter as a designer. So this is at least this image is not that good, but then we can always manipulate it, but at least it gives us a head start. So if you are working as a designer, make sure you perfect your image first before trying to work with your text and all those things. So perfect your background first, because that's the thing people are seeing. So I want to zoom in this image more. So, and how do I do that? I click on the layer and I press Ctrl T for the transform tool. Then I zoom. I press any of the anchor tool. I zoom. As you can see, because I want this image to be the focal point that people will see. Do you get? I want it to be what people will see, so that it is captivating. And since coffee is always brown, so the brown background gives us that feel. So what is the next thing we need to do? I think I want to lighten I want to give it more light so that I can lighten the background. And the shortcut for that is curve. Curve is used to increase the lightening of an image. So the shortcut is what? Control M. Control M to bring out your curve. Control M. So Control M for curve. Kindly note these things. They are shortcut that will be handy anytime you are working in Photoshop. Control M. So you can see, so you just what increase, as you can see, increase what that's too much. Increase. Yeah. Okay. But now I want to create some I want to do something because this upper part is looking too dark for me. It does not look realistic. If I take this picture in a studio, you can't get this type of background. So I want to make sure that I want to work in a way that this looks at least almost perfect. Not perfect per se, but almost perfect. What do I do? So I will take a brush to copy the color here. You can see the color that is here. If I will try to create a color that will match that here. So what do? I can do it in two ways, but then what you need to create a new layer. You don't paint over it. Create a new layer for that separately. This is the icon for new layer, or you come here, layer on the menu bar, and what? New layer, or you press Shift Control N for layer. The shortcut is here, Shift Control N, but for easy access, it is down here. But for easy access, it is down here. Just what plus. Then you see, so I'll be creating a brush that will match with this color that is above the coffee. So I'll be sampling, and I told us earlier that what we use to sample is what? The eyedropper 2. This is the eyedropper 2 down here. This is it. And the shortcut for eyedropper 2 is I. As you can see, let me type that inside the comment section. Eyedropper 2 is I for sampling of color. Yeah. So let's continue. So I want to sample this color. So I will just left click on the color that I want to sample. Yeah, see, you can see. I think this one is better. So I will now go to the brush tool now, which is this is the brush tool here, right here. Click on the brush tool. Then since my brush is on the soft round brush, so I just click on the soft round brush. That means my flow is around this 10 because I don't want something that will be very, very harsh. So I will now try to paint that same color so that I can have, you can see what is happening. I'm having something quite that is looking quite real than what we have earlier. You can see. So now I can choose to hide this more. So this looks so you can see I'm trying to transform it because I'm trying to transform it to make it look good. You can see this looks more better for me. So you can see sometimes you will not always get the perfect image for your design project online. So what you need to do is what? Manipulate, go around it, look at way to work around your images to make it fit in to what you want to do. Because the people creating images online are not they don't have your mind. They did not create it with your intention. They just created their own images because they wanted to create images. But if you want the right images, then you have an option of creating your own image or use their own image. Since you don't have the time, so you have to use your own image and try to convert it to your own image. Do you get? So that's that on that. So yeah. So now the Nescafe logo, and as you can see, the Nescafe logo has a white background behind it. If I should drag it to our canvas now, you see, yeah, so you can see it covers the whole place. So what do? We transform it, Control T. Then what? We bring it what? We bring it down. As you can see, it is below the layer, the brush we made, the layer brush we made. So what do we need to do? We bring it on top so that it can be visible. Because if it is behind this layer, the logo will not be visible. So we take it what? We take it back to the top. We can do it either ways, either dragging it to the top or using the shortcut control what? Parenthesis. Can you see that? So what do you need to do? You can see the logo is too big. Yeah, you can just what? Reduce it. Control T for transform, and you click on any of the icon points. Yeah, just what? This Netscape, just what? Put it right here. So the logo should not be too big because that's not the major thing. The logo is not the major thing we are trying to promote. What we are trying to promote is what? Is the coffee. If you remember when I was taking the first class, which is talking about the principle, I was talking about what? I'm talking about proportion. Yeah, I'm talking about emphasis. What we have to put emphasis on is what we are promoting. Yeah, the business name can be seen later, but if the product attract them, then they will definitely know about the business. So your main focus is what? The product. Make the product the emphasis, not the logo. So your logo should not be too big, but it should be reasonably placed there. But normally, as you can see, normally logos are not. If you want to put a logo on a flyer, logos are not. They have to stand alone, not on white backgrounds. You have to stand the so in that case, that makes this what unuseful for us. So we have to delete it, take it away, delete it. So we have to make it the right way. So what is the right way? We have to make sure we remove this white background. And how do we remove the white background? This is it. Because it is a plain background, because it is a plain background, so I'll be using this tool called the magic wine tool. The magic wine tool is what? Is W. As you can see, magic wine tool. So magic, I will be pressing that inside the shaft box. Magic wind tool. Shortcut for magic wind tool. Shortcut for magic wind tool. W to remove plain background. As you can see, you see I press the magic wine tool. You can see now right down here. So you click on it. What do you need to do? Just click on any of the background. If you are trying to remove the background, just click on the background. It automatically sample that background because it is the same color across the logo. So it automatically samples. So what do you need to do? Since our background is unlocked, so what do you need to do? Just delete, press delete, and automatically the background what leaves. So simple, it leaves. So in case you are lost at any point during this class, you can easily go back and rewind, slow it down, rewatch and all those things. But then let us continue. So you can still see that inside this A, there is still a white inside this. What do you need to do? Use the same method and click inside that white. And you can see all these things. You can see a line inside. Oh, I missed something. You can see when we click on this white background, it brings all this selection. Those things, those lines you saw, they are selection lines. So delete it. Once you delete it, those lines are still there. But how do you remove the selection lines? There is a shortcut for that. You what? Control D is what? Deselect. Control D is for what? Deselect. They are putting that Control D for deselection. So as you can see, so I deselected it because it was selected. So now I want to select this white now without magic wine to palm. It's selected. So I have to delete it. That part, that white part, delete. And I have to deselect it, Control D. bam, we are done. Go back to the move tool. The shortcut is V or click on the move tool here. So as you can see right here, so we have our logo without what? Background. Yeah, so let us drag it to our image, our design. So we are dragging it. So I believe we can all drag and drop. So drag and drop is so simple. So now you can see that the logo filled the whole of our canvas. We've sorted that out before. So what we need to do, press Ctrl T, then scale it down. Scale it down. As you can see now, we're having one issue here, which is the issue of color. The logo color is not matching, the black is not coming out because the background we have is brown. So what do we need to do? In this case, you actually need to turn this Netscape to white. So how do you do it? So we have to change this old logo to what we can see. Yeah, in brand identity, there's something we call logo variations. So you have to make sure that the color you are changing it to is in line with the brand guidelines. So we'll be doing that all those ones next week. So since white is part of Netscape color, so just how do you do that? How do you change this color now? You can see this. So now let us change the name of this layer to what? To logo. So that we can easily identify it later. Logo, you can see. So right click on this layer now. On this layer, right click. Then you see something at the top. It is called what? Blending option. What do I call it? Blending option? So click on the blending option. Then you come here. It opens up this panel. Find what is called color overlay. Find it. This is color overlay. Then click on color overlay. Then click on it like this. Make sure that it is selected. Click on it like this. Then you now choose the color you want to change it to. Choose the color you want to change it to. You can even sample color from outside. You can sample color from outside. You can sample color using the eyedropper tool from outside. You can sample color. You can see what I'm doing. So, but now I want to make it white. Let's assume we want to sample the white on our dish here. Just sample it. You can see the logo has changed to what? Has changed to white. But yes, since now we've not saved our document since, which is very bad, because in some cases you might have a light power issue. So you have to learn to save your document. Let us save our document. Let's go to File, Save. Then you choose the location. So the location is this place, practice one. The name is John Coffee. If in case you fail to name your project when we are starting, you can now give it a name at this point. Make sure it is saved at what? Photoshop document. Make sure it is saved as that's the file you used to work on Photoshop document. Just what? Save and press OK. Leave this, don't press anything, just leave it. OK. You can see now we are moving already. So what is the next thing? So going back to the details we have when we are creating the brief earlier. So we created some brief earlier. So I'll be going back to that brief, which is this. This is the brief. Our details. You see, I've marked it. So this is our brief. So get your coffee. So our main font is what? Get your coffee. And our rider text, our main text is get your coffee. And our rider text is what? Stay awake with our coffee. So let us copy this now. Control C. Control C. Then how do you create text in Photoshop? We did that yesterday by what? Clicking on the text tool. So because we want to give an emphasis, we want people to easily see what we are doing, what this fly is about. We have to make sure our main text is bold enough so that people can see it. So let us click now. Click right here. Click on. Once you pick, let me go back and demonstrate that again. Once you pick the text tool, bam, like this. Make sure it is an horizontal type tool. Make sure that's the horizontal type tool and click on any visible part on the canvas. Bam. Automatically create a layer. You can see. So now you can now paste, which is Control V. So, but you see that the color is not coming out. So select all and come here. There is a color picker here. Change the color from this place. Because I told us earlier, any tool you picked from here, you will see the options below the menu bar. So once we pick the text tool, so the options for text appears below the menu bar, including the color. So we change the color to what? To white, because white or something, a color that goes with something like the color of that milk now, it's fine. So let us try the color of that milk. Get your coffee, bam. You see, but this text looks too playful. Looks too playful. So this is how you choose your right text, because this is not a children design or kids design. This is like a business design, so it has to be serious. So it has to have this serious feel in it. Do you get? So what do you need to do? Select it now and search for font that depicts what you are trying to that idea you're trying to create. So we have this. So in this case, the sans serif fonts are 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 good for this type of designs. The sans serif fonts, the bold ones, they are good. I believe by now we all should know what a sans serif font is. Something like this is a sans serif. So I'll be choosing this font, Bebas New. I'll be choosing this font now. So now, as you can see, so and this panel here is called the text panel. The text panel, you can click on it to open it. You can click on it to close it. So it has details about that font you've chosen. So this place, so for you to, so no, I clicked like this before. So for you to go out of this, after the selection, just go back to the move tool. So this place has the font name. This place has the type of the options in the font, because some font has several options. So this is the font size. You can increase the font size from here. Once you select the font, you can increase the font size from here. So this place, you can select the space in between. This space is called the tracking. So assuming we did typography fully, I will have touched this place. So this place is what is called the track. This is where you set the track. Assuming I put the tracking to be 100 now. Let me put to 0. Put it to 0. You can see that there is a change between the space between the letters. So let me put it to 100. You can see there is a space between it. So that's that for tracking. So let's return it to what? 0 to 0. So do you get? So now we are trying to create a test, but yeah. So if I try to increase this now, get your coffee. This is too big for me. Like, it is too big. We can't have this like on a straight line like this, because it does not look up too well. It's overlapping with our image. So I want us to create a balance with this design. So what do we need to do? So anytime you are working, you have the option to work with your rulers. So now do you bring out the rulers? You can see there are some figures here. In some cases, they might not appear, but you can bring them in by pressing Ctrl R. Ctrl R to reveal your ruler. Ctrl R. Ctrl plus R to reveal or hide your ruler. So I believe that if you are still here, kindly send an emoji. If you are still here with me, kindly send an emoji. So I want to know if you are still with me. If you are still with me tonight, kindly send an emoji so we can continue from there. Oh, great, great, great. Nice. So nice. So now we've pressed Ctrl R, it has bring out our ruler. So and how do we bring out the ruler? How do we? So you click on that, on this side, on this ruler panel. Now click on it and drag it out. You can see. Click on it like this and drag it. Unfortunately, you can't see my finger. So you see, drag it out. You see, drag it out. So now with this ruler now you can create alignment. You can create alignment so that you don't one you can see all everything you are creating should maintain an alignment, should maintain a particular pattern. Should maintain a particular pattern. So now I will be doing it in a particular pattern now. So the space between this our text, I don't like how the space is too open. So I would like to close it to let me use -50. So yeah, -50 is fine. So it looks nice for me. So now I want to break this text into two. So I break it and I press enter. You can see I press what enter to read the text, but you can see the space in between is too much. It's giving me a sense that it is not the same thing. So I'm trying to do what press Ctrl A. Then this is where you set that. It is called leading. The space between the text on top and below is called what? It's called leading. It's called what? Leading. Leading. Take note of that leading. So and you can control it here. You can put it for 24. See, it goes up. So you can set it to maybe 30. And there is a way, assuming you are using a mouse now, you can easily use your scroll wheel to change the figures easily. But because I'm not using a mouse, so I'm using my, so let me just put it at 32. You can see. So get your what? Get your coffee. So I'll try to increase this. Get your what? Get your coffee. These are our main test. So the next thing is to bring in our rider test. So the main test is the test that people is the bigger test. So the rider test is the test that come immediately after the main test. It is usually smaller than the main test. Do you get it? It is usually smaller than the main test. So what is our rider test in this situation now? So our rider test is what? Stay awake with our coffee. So we are going to copy that, Ctrl C, and bring that in. So press the test tool, click on the test tool, paste it. You see, but now I don't want to use the same font for this because it is a rider test. So because I don't want people to feel like they are the same thing. So I want to use a different font and perhaps a different color. So I'll press Ctrl A, then change the font to something nice. So and serif font is actually nice for this type of design. So don't go beyond that. So serif font. So I have a font that goes nice for me, which is Sora regular. You can see. So you see it is too big. What do? Ctrl T for transform. Then you reduce it down. Stay awake with what? So I don't like the dots behind, so let me just take it away. Stay awake with our coffee. So let me try to change this to sentence case, not statement case with our coffee. So you can see. So because I want to create more space here, then I can drag my image inside a bit to create, because you don't have a final design until you finish everything. So you can always readjust to fit in other elements. Do you get? So you see, I'm trying to make sure that all my texts are aligned together, including the logo, so they don't go out of line. So I want to increase this a little bit. There is no rule, there is no law guiding all these things, but at least you see. So I would like to change the color to pure white. Pure white. Yeah. See. Yeah. As you can see, so the design is coming to life gradually. So what is the next thing that we need to put? We have to put his address, the cave house. Like we have to put the address. So we have to copy the cave address, Ctrl C. Yeah. Ctrl C, then what? So now instead of trying to go to the text tool again, I can easily duplicate this text right here, stay awake, since I want to use the similar text. So how can I do that? You can either press Ctrl J to duplicate. You can see that the layer has been duplicated here. Then you drag it out. Let me do it again. You can press Ctrl J and drag it out. to get your duplicated text and you edit it. So, but in the other way around, you can just press Alt and drag that text so it duplicates too. That's two ways to do it. So you can go over this again in case you missed it. So I'm duplicating this layer again, bam. So I will be editing it. So just click on the text to edit. Click on the text to and select all and copy what you need to copy. So the cave house. So since I don't, it does not look good for it to be like this. So you have to break the text. O2 Bala Blue Street, break it. Off Emilokon Street, Emilokon Estate, break it. Nigeria, break it like that. So you can see the leading here is very, very bad. So there is no space. Say Ctrl A, then come back to the leading and press Auto. You can see. But the Auto 2 is too much. So how do we do it? What do we do? We reduce it. So we reduce it to let's say 8. You can see 8 looks nice. So now you can see now it's not looking too precise because I can easily say cave house or to Bala. No, but I want people to know that this cave house is the address of the coffee house. So I will select this cave house and make this bolder, give it more essence, more emphasis, make it bolder, make it bolder. Then I can put this tracking to 0 because I don't like the way the text are clumping together. You can see here. So that's that. You can see O2. So we've done that. Now you can see all my stuff what aligned together. Do you get that? All my stuff, you can take away your ruler again by dragging it out. So you can now adjust every other thing you want to adjust. So I think I still have to work on this leading. This leading is not giving me what I need. So let's put it for 9. Yeah. So yeah. So but yeah. So it's you can see our design is getting ready already. So our design is coming up already. So I'm trying to adjust a lot of things. So you can see Ctrl T to bring to transform. So now I want to make this cave house to be distinguished so that people can know that this place, this is the address of this man. So I will try to bring out an element that will make it look different. So I'll be using the shape tool now. This is the shape tool. You can see the shape tool. I'll create a shape now. You see a shape. But you can see that the shape here, the shape is thank God the shape is below it. So you can see the shape tool now. It has another color on its own. Like you can change now the color to white to a similar color within this design. So I love picking my colors from my backgrounds, from my designs. I love picking my colors so that I have uniformity. It helps me have a uniform element. So I don't like taking colors outside my backgrounds or my design. So now I want to make this white, this rectangle white. You know how to do that. Click on the layer, change it to white. Then I want to change my text, my address to brown. So go to text tool, click on the text, select it, then use the eye picker tool to change to something brown. Yeah, brown or black does the work better. But let's just use something like this. I think this work fine. So I would like to reduce it. Ctrl T, reduce it. Yeah, Ctrl T. But in the case whereby you don't like a sharp edged rectangle, you can change the sharp edge to a round edged by coming here, come to the rectangle. You see, automatically you see all these four dots, 1, 2, 3, 4. So clicking on any of these 4 dots, clicking on any of these 4 dots will make it what? A rounded rectangle. So let us make it a rounded rectangle. I love rounded rectangle. So you can see this has made it distinguished from every other thing within design. So you can see that okay, this is separate. So this is okay. This is the cave house, like basically what the address, the venue, or the location. Do you get? So I feel we should bring down our what our next cave a little bit, the logo down a little bit, yeah. It's because it's I don't want it to look so pronounced. It's not what we are selling, yeah. As you can see. So now you can see you now save Ctrl S so that you won't lose the progress of your work. You can see now we are almost done. So the next thing now is to what is to add his social media handles. Hmm? Add is what social media handles. And this is John Alton Coffee. So copy the social media handle. Let's assuming John Alton is on Facebook and what Facebook and Instagram. So I will tell us how to get this Facebook and Instagram logo now. So what do we do? But first of all, let us create is and so where do you think the handle should be? The handle should be around here, the top side here. So that people can easily so that it can be seen, not too pronounced, but at least it can be seen so that this place will not look empty. So everything will look so balanced. You can see everything works well together. So just click this side. Now, as I said earlier, you can Control J to duplicate it so that you can just get the text. You won't have to start um disturb yourself on getting new text. So click on it and paste what you need to paste in. But I think this is looking too big for me. Just Control T and what reduce it. So we want to try and get what and get try and bring it somewhere around here so that it can be aligned. Bring out your ruler tool and try to align it with what with it. So make it come in the middle, like so that it's not like it will break off. Like this now is not too nice, but make it come at the middle. But then we are still going to make adjustments when we bring in the icons. So we are going to get the social media icons so that we can tell people better. Okay, this John Outing Coffee. That's the social media handle of this business. So what do we do? Let us out. Oh, I can't share my. So just come here. Let me just get the. You can just go on Google and say, okay, Facebook, Facebook logo, Facebook logo. Let me share my screen so that people can see what I'm doing. Let me share my browser screen so that it does not look like I'm doing the magic behind. So if you can see my browser now, let me know. Facebook logo PNG. Yeah, what images? Yeah. So I would love us to use the round one. Yeah, something like this, the round one. But I think this is okay, round one. You can see you let it load first before you downloading it. So right click and save images. That's how you download icons from online. Search it. Once you see the one that is okay, make sure it finished loading before you download it and save images. So choose where you want to save it. Save. So let us search for Instagram logo PNG. Instagram logo PNG. So as you begin to work better with with in design, you begin to get exposed more to some of these things. So I'm looking for a circular yeah, let us use this. Yeah, so I'm waiting for you to finish loading so that I can get a nice icon. Yeah, it has finished loading. So save image. Yeah. So now, oh, it's a bad. So I can't use it. It is in WebP. So you can't use a WebP format. So you have to find that if it's either PNG or JPEG. So you can't use the WebP. Um, Photoshop won't open that type of. So let me use this. Save image. It's the same thing. So I'm trying to get a better one. So, oh, Just let us use the one we got the other time. So let's just use. I'm coming. So you can still hear me. Let me see your icon. If you can still hear me, let me see your icon. Let me see your response. You can see. So I came here directly to just download. So yeah. So we got in our images. So let me go. So so yeah. So I'm trying to share my Photoshop screen again. Yeah. So yeah, we are back here. So I want to bring back our I want to bring in our icons. So go to file, open. So I downloaded it in desktop. So let me find it in desktop. I have a lot of things on my desktop. So yeah. So this is Instagram. So oh okay, we could not open the Instagram. So let's try to open it again. Or better still, let us use Photoshop icon alone, so we don't disturb ourselves. So now, as you can see now, I can choose to now drag the icon to our design. But you can see now. So you can see that this like hello. So yes, this blue. Who is this? Who is disturbing us? So you can see now this blue is not in line with our design. How will I put it now? So it's not in line with our scheme of design. What we want to, but first of all, let's bring it down. Let's bring it down. Let's bring it down. Yeah. Let's zoom in so that we can get it, put it in the right place. Yeah. So as we did the other time, so we do what color overlay. Come here, blending option, color overlay. And you can see now, you see that we are unable to see the F because the F is not transparent. So now we have to make it transparent before we change the color. So how do we do that? We go to the magic wand tool, which is W. Make sure you're on the layer of the F. Make sure. So when you click on the white part, no, magic wand to W, yeah. Make sure you click on the white, then you press delete. Then you Control D to deselect. Then you come back again, blending option, color overlay. Then you press OK. Then you come to the move to and bring it down. Bring it down. Yeah, bring it very small, not too big. We don't need it to be too big. Yeah. So, but now let's assume now it is like this. It is not straight with each other, and you want it to be perfect in line. So what do? Select this, and you can either use Shift and select the logo. You can see it automatically select on the layer, or you select both of them from the layer. Click on one and use Control to select the other. You can see. Then now you come here. There is an alignment tool up here. These things are aligned. This 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They are alignment 2. Oh, Control Z. You see now, let me go back. Let me try. I want to demonstrate something that you can know how to use the alignment 2. So I want to align these two elements together now. I will click on one and click on the other. Then I'll use this alignment because I want it to balance vertically. So I'll just click what align vertical center. So automatically they balance together. You can see what happens now. So I will want to reduce it a little bit more and bring it and make sure it is aligned with this logo. And if you're not sure, like if you're not sure if it is aligned, you can use the same step to do it again. Select the logo, then come to this place again. Align center. So you can see that it has aligned now. So you can see it has aligned. Yeah, just leave it like that. Then people can now say, okay, wow, John Alton has a social media handle. The first thing once you see this design, what do you see first? The first thing you see first is what is the cup of coffee, followed by what the get your coffee and other things. That's what a design should look like. There should be a focal point. Your focal point will now direct your audience, the eyes of your audience, to all other details. Can you see? So now we are done with our design. We are done with our design tonight. Can you see now? So it is not so there are a lot of things that are made up this design. We have to do our research, get our element, plan it, and work on it. You can see the process. It is not something you just want to do and do fast, fast. No, you have to be very patient to create your designs. Do you get? So now I'll be saving my design. How do I save? File, save. File, save. I've saved what now? If I just save now, you just save my program. I want to save this as a file so that we can view it on our phone and send to our client. What do we do? File, uh, you now click on save as. What save as is what you use, save as. Then you come here where you want to save it, click the name, then you now save the type. Now I want to save it as what? Oh, sorry. We are not using this. What we use is what? Save a copy. Save a copy. But on earlier version of Photoshop, you don't have save a copy. If you click save as, then you can easily do what you want to do now on save a copy. So save a copy. Now this place is like a format where you want the format you want your design to be. So basically, I want my design to be in JPEG. So now click on this place, this save as type. Then you can easily now see JPEG. JPEG is what is advisable to save. You can either save as JPEG or PNG to view it on your phone or any device. So save as JPEG, then you locate where you want to save it. Now you click save. Then automatically bring out this button, this panel. This panel is telling you, okay, what quality do you want your design to be? Major all the time, I want my design to be the highest quality, so I put it at 12. But maybe you don't want it to be the highest quality, you can bring it down. But I want to be the highest quality, so 12. Leave everything the same way they are, then you press OK. So now our work is saved, our design is saved. So if you want to view your design, just go to where you choose. Then you can see I can now see my design from where I chose for it to be saved. So you can now see that design is quite interesting so far if you follow the process. It is interesting if you would follow the process. There are processes, but if you feel you can jump any of the processes, then you will have an issue getting the right result. So you have to follow the process. You have to research. You have to get your elements. You have to plan, then come and design on the software. I believe you gain a lot tonight. So let me know if you are still with me. Let me know if this is interesting to you. So let me know right now. Let me know. Let me get your feedback right now. So before we end the class and take questions. So now I'll be closing my screen. Yeah, I'll send the JPEG right now. So yeah, I will send the JPEG right now. I will send a JPEG right now. So yeah, it's loading already. So once we have it, I will send the project file for as many that want to practice. I will send the project so you can practice and send me the one you design. Send me your own sample that you design. So in the case you want the font, I showed you where you can get the font from yesterday. So you can really get the font from there, install it, then work with those fonts. So that's that for tonight. So any question? So if there's any question you want me to answer, maybe you've typed it before and have not responded, you can easily ask your question again before we close tonight class. So you can easily type your question before we close tonight class. So I will now, before you go, please, I want you all to go to the YouTube now. You guys are just, there are people they are not going back to the videos and they are not subscribing. Go to YouTube and subscribe. Subscribe on the YouTube right now. As you can easily minimize and go to the YouTube. I will send the link right here now so that you can subscribe on the YouTube so that it can help other people too. Because the more you watch the videos, the more the YouTube algorithm recommend the videos to other people too. Do you get? So it's actually helping us to help other people. So I'll be sending the link right now. So I want you all to subscribe to the channel if you've not subscribed. So I want you all to subscribe if you have not. So that's the link. Do so and subscribe right now. So what if the situation where by the text wanted to be visible, it is many like a sentence? How do we go about it and still get this amazing results as this? I don't understand. What if the situation whereby the text wanted to be visible is many like a sentence? How do we go about it and still? So can you just can you unmute yourself and ask by audio so I can get what you are trying to say?
Yeah, what I'm trying to say in essence is that, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Yeah, what I'm trying to say in essence is that the situation whereby you were given a topic or maybe a word that is longer than the one you do, you just use 3 words that says get your coffee. And what about a
Yeah.
situation whereby you are saying go to so like 4, 5 words combined together? So how
Okay.
one go about that and yet still get the bold text visible as this and still amazing?
Okay. So you can unmute yourself. Let me answer. So in design, there is a game we call you have to compromise. You have to compromise in some situations because there is no rule, there are no rigid rule in design. You have to learn to compromise in that case where you have long text. So what you need to do, you have to learn to choose the right type of text. In the case that there are some font that if you use them, if you reduce their size, they are still visible. So you have to use font like that can easily help you make your text visible even when they are small. Because at that point, you might have to compromise and bring your text very down and try to adjust every other element to accommodate such text. And it goes a long way too in the way you creatively arrange your font because you have to learn how to creatively arrange your font. And how can you do that? You can do that by you looking at other people's design that have such situation. Do you get? Look at how they sort it. Look at how they solve the problem. Do you get? So presently, I cannot recommend font like that, but you can check on the website I shared yesterday on dafont.com. You can easily check the website and try several fonts. The thing is, design is about trial. You have to try often until you get results. You don't um just try one font and believe that is the right font. You have to try several fonts and until you get the perfect one that you I told you yesterday that I have over 1,000 font on my system. So if I want to make designs, I know some font I have to go to. Okay, I believe I answered your question. So if there's any other question, let me know. Then kindly post this design on your page and let people know that this is what we've learned tonight. This is what is going right here on this platform. Kindly put the name of the platform, Design for Designers. Let people know that there is something going on. Let people know that we are doing something. Let people know that we are making progress. We are not just here doing anyhow. Let's people know that we are making progress. And tonight I'll be giving us an assignment. I'll be sending in the design file, I'll be sending the design file so that you can practice with it, and I'll be expecting you to send me the sample that you did, what you did. I'll be expecting that you send it to me. So before tomorrow morning, I will send you the design file, the practice file, what we used and everything, so that you can. Let me just send it right away. Let me send it right away. Let me send the files right away. Yeah, let me send the files right away. So yeah, I'm sending the images now, right? The images are just what we so and a disclaimer. This is not the only way you can design this type of design. This is not the only way you can make this type of design. You can make this design in several ways. You can come up with different concepts. But let me see what you can make up with this element. Let me see what you can make up with this. And if you peradventure you can bring in other elements to make this more great than what we've done tonight, it will be very, very nice. But I'm sending the files right now. So you guys go on and practice and send in what you've done. So let me know if you are with me tonight. So I appreciate you for coming tonight. So hello, if you can still hear me, kindly send in an emoji. If you can still hear me, kindly send in an emoji. Wow. So if you can still hear me, kindly send in an emoji so you can continue. So we've actually come here with the class too. So wow, what's happening to the network? So if you can still hear me, no, no, can you allow me now? I know it did interval for the class. I know. Remember. We've come to the end of the class. So let's all I've sent the design the practice file, so we can all go. No. We can all go back to we can all practice with the file. So thank you. Good night. We see in the